So when we come to emotional eating, there's so many reasons behind it, and a lot of it is our programming. And being able to look at programming is really important. Whether people are binging or whether they are feeling so stressed that they need to control their eating and maybe not eat for some people, there's a whole lot of things that go on behind that. And we're taught that it's somehow our failure if we're doing that. Oh, I'm failing because I binged. I'm failing because... Well, no, you probably have a bunch of stuff that isn't working. Sometimes I say to clients, imagine that this is a car and you're driving in your car and you're saying to me, Susie, my car's just not going anywhere. I don't know what's wrong. Oh my God, I feel so bad. I'm taking this so personally. And I'll go, oh buddy, you've got no fuel and you're missing a wheel and I don't think you've got an engine in there, or the engine needs an overhaul. So if our bodies aren't working properly, how do you think we're going to drive them? And we're going to feel really stressed about that. We're not going to feel great. If my body, if you have a flu or you have some kind of sickness, you're not feeling good, are you? But what about all those things that you don't realise that just aren't functioning properly every day? And that affects our emotions. Think of it this way. We're primarily made of space. After that, and that's at an atomic level, after that we're primarily made of bacteria. After that we're primarily made of water. After that we're primarily made of hormones. So how do you make a hormone? Two ways. What you eat, which is what you drink and what you put on your skin and your hair and stuff as well, but what you think. So what you are thinking all day, every day, creates hormones that wash over the brain, potentially put you in a fight or flight scenario or viewpoint. And when we have the stress response, hey Georgia, lovely. And when we have the stress response, we are creating our biology. If you want to look into it more, have a look at Bruce Lipton's The Biology of Belief. Phenomenal book, phenomenal man, and in New Zealand as well. So what we want to do is make sure that we are aware that when we are not feeling great up here, that things aren't working really well down here as well. So we just really need to tune up. The next thing we have, why diets don't work, are gut health issues. And this has been really popular for quite a few years now. It's come back into fashion, as it was years ago. Our gut health. How is our gut working? And we understand that we have the gut brain and that we have more neurotransmitters in the gut than we do in the brain. And they really do link up. One connects deeply with the other at many, many levels. So if we have people with leaky gut, so people that aren't eating the correct foods, potentially very low in protein or low in fat, good quality saturated fats, what you'll find is this food travels outside the gut, raises the immune response, and next thing you know, our immune system is overworking. We're in a high stress response, fight or flight dominance, and the body can't get rid of weight there either. Things like irritable bowel syndrome, usually starting with leaky gut from what we have seen in the past 19 or so years. Blood sugar mechanisms. How does your body deal with stress and food? If your blood sugar mechanisms are not functional, you're going to have massive issues with everything. All stress, all food, everything will be blown out of proportion. And using things like our TBM, our chiropractic kinesiology, a really simple thing to look at. The next thing we have is the one size fits all. And that's just not a truth. One of my favourite things that I always hear is people who say, I say, how much water do you drink a day? And they go, oh, well, I don't get my 8 glasses. And there's this belief in 8 glasses. How big is your glass? How big are you? If you are a 25 kg child, or if you are a 125 kg adult, you have a very different requirement for hydration, which is about dilution in the body. So it is never one size fits all. Depending where your ancestry is, will depend on what types of food your body does well with and what it doesn't do well with. So it's really important that we understand just because this worked for a friend, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. So it's really good to know where you are situated and what you require. Lack of rest and repair, and I've actually brought my lovely blue blockers here because it is a little bit bright for me at this time of night. Rest and repair. So just like if you are working at the gym or working at a Pilates studio, a lot of people do too much. They're overworking and they're having no rest time and repair days, whereas rest and repair is actually where the body makes the changes and grows. And we have a certain period at night time where our body can release repair hormone, the opposite to our stress hormone. You can only have one or the other. So if we have high stress events at night, we go home and we have a yelling match with someone, or we're drinking coffees at night, can be a high stress event for your body, or we're just watching something with bright lights all night, we will have a hard time repairing. And if we're not repairing, we're in a stress response and the metabolic rate goes all the way down. So nothing's going to work that you do. And actually it can cause a lot of damage in the body. One of the more recent things that we've seen in the past 2 years are clients who, you know, they're doing their best to be healthy and they're living their lives and they're really busy and they've always got a lot on. And next thing you know, they will have an event and they'll get rushed to hospital. It'll seem like it's an aneurysm or it's a stroke or it's this or it's this. And then all tests are inconclusive and they go back to their same lifestyle. And it's really important to understand that's your body's mechanism of going, oh, yep, we're not good with this and we can't do that anymore. We'll just shut down for a minute. And then you can reboot and start again. And rest and repair is really, really important. Understand that if you have bright lights, LED especially, so your phones, computers, TVs at night, it's basically the eyes give the brain a lot of feedback about what's happening outside. And our circadian rhythms, our 24-hour rhythms, are actually set by the sun. Watching a sunrise and a sunset, phenomenal for you. Sunglasses, not so good for you. And what I have is Ra Optics. I have my blue blockers. So thank you very much, guys. Got onto these guys through another friend, actually a friend in the States who I studied with. And this has actually made a huge difference for me in how I feel in the morning. Now, I'm not always on devices at night, certainly not a huge amount, but I do read. And we do have LED lights that we are looking at changing soon, Mike? And what these do is they will block all the blue light and a certain spectrum of the green so that the bright light isn't coming into my brain going, hey, it's the middle of the day, get up, stay awake, stress hormone, yeah, no repair hormone. No. This is going to trick my body, well, not trick it if I'm in front of bright lights, and it's going to allow me to get the rest that I need and the repair hormones. And these make a huge difference for a lot of people. My business partner and myself got them, how long ago now? Probably about 6 months ago or so. And it's been phenomenal. And we put them on the kids. You know, my 14-year-old has homework. If he's on the computer at night, after rugby practice, when it's dark in winter, he's got to put his blue blockers on. And we have several different types that are really cool. Sorry, we don't have them, but like I said, just a Ra Optics, they're lovely. Okay, so that's all why diets don't work. So many reasons, right? And you must be sitting there going, what have I been doing my whole life? Well, I don't know. Obviously things that aren't working. So what does work? What can we do? Number one, and this is kind of here's our why it doesn't, here's what to do about it. Take a screenshot, that's what I do for people. All right, understanding your current state and needs. One of the biggest things that I deal with on a daily basis with people is they come in and they say, hey, I've got this going on I can't get rid of weight, I'm not sleeping well, but life is great. And I say, do you feel stressed? Nope, I never feel stressed at all. Within 15 minutes, after a little more questioning, we find out we actually are heavily stressed. And this is just something that our culture at the moment, there are so many choices and there is so much going on and there are so many reasons for people to feel like they're lacking or failing, and none of it's real. And so we have all these beliefs that are programmed into us from birth. And then if we're on social media or the media in general, we're getting more programming to tell us we are lacking, we must buy more, we are not enough. So understanding the state your body is in to start is really important. If you believe that you need to reduce weight and you think your gut's working well, it's not, just for a start. Thank you, Libby. Love you too. Got to get you some glasses. I love them. So understanding your current state and being very realistic about that is super important. And then understanding what your needs are. Different people have different needs. Sometimes when I get people in and they want to reduce weight, for some of them, they will need to step up the exercise they're doing, but it's going to be an exercise like walking, or maybe we're going to put them a bit slower in one of our Pilates classes, or just something really gentle. Sometimes just grounding, bare feet on the ground works really well. Whereas other people will come in and they will need something completely different. It'll just be a nutritionally based change that they're making. So it certainly isn't one size fits all, and you must have people who are willing to ask you the questions so that they know, what state you're in and what we can do about it. Metabolic typing. Now, this is a boom. You think Dr. Cliff Oliver and Paul Chek, and I mean, this started way back with like William Walcott. You've got, the people at the Western A. Price Foundation, stuff like that. And the metabolic typing is really a way of finding out how much protein and how much carbohydrate to put into your fuel that suits your body at that time. And that can change over your life. The more stress we have, the more protein we require for repair, because this is protein. And we need high quality fats, yet we were scared of them by advertising in the 80s and 90s. Fat in food does not make fat in body. So to find out what, and a lot of people say, oh, I'm on a carb-free diet, no carbs. And I'm like, wow, no vegetables, no fruit. Oh no, I'm eating all vegetables. Understand that vegetables and fruit break down into sugars. Yes, there's a bunch of other great stuff there, but you need the right fuel for you, okay? If my car runs on unleaded 91, putting diesel in it is not going to work. So you've really got to understand what food does, and it's actually very simple. I've read so many things that make it really hard. I've always found it quite simple, and hopefully our clients have as well. Quality food, like I said before, watch out for your toxic load. Now, I am a big fan of high quality, organic or biodynamic food, and those words scare people off, and they shouldn't scare you off because there are tons of places to get local food that is not sprayed. Why do you not want it sprayed? Have a look what's happening in the world at the moment with Roundup. There are people winning lawsuits against the companies that own Roundup because it is poisoning people and giving them cancer. And how you grow it is really important. If you honestly think the quality of food doesn't matter, then I'd say, how about you build a house with some really poor quality products? You've all seen the Three Little Pigs or read the Three Little Pigs. Okay, if I make my house out of sticks or straw, the big bad wolf is going to get in. Is the big bad wolf cancer? Is it heart disease? What is it? Is it anxiety? Is it depression? If you make your house out of poor quality products, big bad wolf's coming in. So you spend a little more money and you spend a little more time and a little more effort on making your house out of bricks. And then when the big bad wolf comes down the chimney, you can boil them up and have wolf stew. Fantastic. Unless you're a high carbohydrate type, and then probably not. Let's see. Quality food, like I said, educate yourself. We're so lucky to be above IE Produce. And Joyce, who has IE Produce, is amazing because she throws all these seminars educating you about food. How can you make your own this? How can you make your own that? It's not about selling product, it's educating you on why a broth might be good and how that might help you. And she personally chooses the people who come in and speak to you about these products. So there's a lot of free information out there. She does gold coin donations to hospice. How fantastic, for a free evening with a ton of food as well. So there is a lot of great information out there. Check out our website. We've got links and information on there for you as well. I think you can check your metabolic type on there. Yeah, you can. Great. Timing. Timing is really important. Some people are eating so late at night that they're digesting instead of resting. Your body can't digest and repair at the same time. So we can do all sorts of muscle testing here to check what times are ideal for you. We can look at your lifestyle and see what will fit. We even have shift workers. So we have nurses and all sorts who will be all over the place, and we just have to find some regular times that suit your lifestyle. So once again, you're not going to come in and we're going to go, oh, you're doing it all wrong. You need to do this, 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 this. If you're coming to see us, generally, the majority of people are quite overloaded. They've got enough. Why would I put more on someone who's overwhelmed and overloaded? I'm going to take stuff off. If you're not drinking your water, I'm going to go, oh, do you shower every morning? And you'll go, yeah, I do, Susie. I'll go, great. So you're going to have your first ½ liter of water, slowly sipping it in the shower in the morning, not from the shower, please. We'll have some high quality water. All right, so we're going to take away the load rather than add to. The more you add, the more you're looking at failure. Really, really hard for people to manage being overwhelmed and then trying to do more. If the best you can do at night is go home, watch Netflix and drink wine, that's actually the best you can do, and you need to have a look at that because something in the system is not functioning 100%. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm just saying every night if we are shattered and we can't do the things that we want to do and we're not feeling good, we're not feeling good about ourselves, we need to have a look at the system. Chew. Here's a great one. Chew your food until it's liquefied. The enzymes in the mouth tell the gut what's happening. And you go chew, 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 chew. And the stomach's like, oh, I need more hydrochloric acid. And the gallbladder's like, yeah, here's some bile. And we switch stuff on. I read a study years ago, and it's probably even worse today, and it was saying that the average person chews 4 times before swallowing, regardless of what the food. Imagine eating a burger. Okay, that's really challenging for the body. Parasites love large undigested carbohydrates, so let's not feed the parasites. Just chew your food until it's liquefied. Takes a little longer, but you get faster at it, okay? Reprogramming, this is a big one. So we have all this programming that we're surrounded by from birth all the time, and we're not even aware of it. And reprogramming is really crucial. So if you've been saying, I just need to lose weight, well, number one, I'm going to say, why do you believe you need to? Why do you want to do that? Well, I just want to feel good. Well, then our goal is going to be, I want to feel good. I just want to feel fit. I want to feel fit. I want to feel strong. More importantly, I want to love myself. If we're treating our body poorly, how do you think the body's going to react? If my body was my best friend, would I treat my best friend like that? If my body was a dog, gotta love the dog analogies, what would I be doing to my dog every day? Would I be feeding it randomly, just keep going, run, work, we've got more to do. If I'm treating my dog poorly, it's not going to trust me. He's going to take a while to trust me again once I start treating him nice. So you need to treat yourself with kindness more than anyone else. It's really, really important. So reprogramming, finding goals is something we do as well. The Suna goal system is just a really great way to be really honest with yourself and to actually reprogram yourself. So it's not just, oh, I have to force myself to do this, I have to find my motivation. We're going to reprogram, so it just becomes easier. People are always really surprised what they can do. I'm hardly ever that surprised with what they can do. I'm always very hopeful, and I get blown away by clients all the time. I'm just really stoked to be involved in all of this. It's really cool. Change your thoughts and beliefs, change your biochemistry. Okay, when you change this, you change everything in your body. Makes a huge difference, okay? So reprogramming is really crucial there. All right, for the gut, what can we do for the gut? Well, gut alignment's really important. Understanding where your posture should be. If you're working all day, hunched over, leaning forward, rib cage down, pushing down into the gut, maybe a little twist through the body, maybe some rib torques. This is really going to change all the flexures and the tubing in your body. Think of it this way. It's like some kind of smart house. It's got a computer up here. It's got a structure. It's got some plumbing, and it's got a ton of wiring and fuses. How many fuses have you blown? Are your gutters just full of leaves? Do you need to clean that out? Do we need to realign some stuff? So we can actually make sure we don't have those functional rib torques or pelvic torques, and have a look at the flexures, especially in the large intestine, to make sure that they're sitting really nicely so your food can flow rather than in a position. And we get a lot of people with things like diverticulitis who food is just sitting in the gut and they're not getting a good bowel transit time. So there's tons of things we can do about that. Reprogramming of the gut as well. One of the biggest things we look at is our blood sugar mechanism. So like I said, it's how we deal with stress, how we deal with sugar. It involves the adrenals, the liver, the pancreas, and the gut as a whole, gut function as a whole. And once we reset that, we can get some amazing movement, because if the blood sugar mechanism's not working, our immune system is in overload, and therefore we are in sympathetic dominance. We're in a fight, flight, or freeze state. And as we know, that switches off the brain, and it switches off the gut, and it switches off all tons of stuff. And we're not going to get any repair at night if we're in sympathetic dominance. We need that parasympathetic break to be on. One size fits all? Nope. No. Individualized testing and programs are what we do. There is no one size fits all. We make big recommendations here like, hey, try and have 1 litre of water a day per 25 kg you weigh. And that's pretty much right for most people. After that, we like to test. We like to do your metabolic type. We like to test your blood sugar mechanism. And we like to know what's going on with you. And when we start doing this testing, we can often see what's happening in your lifestyle as well. Hey, what are you doing every night? Oh, well, I do this. How about we do it this way? And we have a ton of experience. You know, I've just been blessed with some of the most amazing mentors ever. It's the subject of just feeling well and just being happy is something that I have spent, you know, well over 2 decades really just getting into and living and teaching and being. And, you know, we'd love to be able to help you with this as well. So many people go, oh, no one can help me. And then, you know, next thing you know, we're all doing better. Fantastic. So individual testing, individual programs, really important. And like I said, we're not going to overwhelm you anymore. We're going to take some load out. The last one I've got here, and again, these are the main things that we find. So this is just to give you an overview of the huge amount of variables we can look at, and we do look at on a daily basis. But bedtime is actually really important, and it's quite different for different people. So it's really good to come in and find out when that needs to be for you, what suits you. Are you actually repairing and resting? Are we actually putting on the brake, or are we just, if we've got tons of stuff in our head, so our stress hormone's high, so we're going to get no rest and repair? And we do things here. We have really cool blocking program. Isn't that exciting? We have all sorts of colours too, whereby you can just lie on these either side of the pelvis at night, and they will actually help you put on your brake. They will actually help calm your system down, and they were something that, you know, generally you would just see with chiropractors for a long time. And we started getting our clients onto it on a nightly basis, and holy cows, probably about a year ago, the differences that people have noticed have been massive. So there's a lot of things that we can do, like simple blocking, lying on some little soft foam blocks for 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes you're in bed can actually start you resting and repairing. So that's something we can test for as well. And then, of course, my favourite, blue blockers. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see. What happens next? We would love you to share this, because we're really passionate about sharing our stuff. And we were told beginning of this year that we've been hiding our light under a bushel, and we certainly don't want to do that. Our passion is education, and we have a load of experience we'd love to share. So if you would like to share this, we have it on our website as well. So that's the sunapilates.co.nz or pilates.co.nz, soon to be wellbeing. Also, we have another Facebook Live coming up Wednesday, the 28th of September. So I think that's in about 3 weeks, 8 p.m. again. And again, just remember, this is where we're really grateful for your feedback. And if there is something you're really interested in, please just drop us a line, and we'd love to have a chat about it. So Wednesday, the 28th of September, we're going to talk about why looking after yourself will improve your life and the lives of those around you, and how. And we certainly include a whole bunch of things that we've talked about tonight, but we'll go a little deeper into some really important reasons why you must look after you. You know, the better you are, the better your loved ones will be, the better your work will be, the better everything in life will be. And this is something I feel very deeply, because this is something I've had to do in my life, from just wanting to fix everyone to realizing I just didn't have that energy anymore. So having to really step back and look after myself and to prioritize myself took a long time, and it's something I still work on, because it's so much easier just to say, yes, 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 I can do that. Yep, come over after school. Yep, come over after that. But now if I say those things, if I'm helping someone, I have a think about it for a minute. I make sure I have the energy to do it. I don't turn up if I don't have the energy to do it, because I'm not going to do any good for you, or certainly not as good as I could. So, you know, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, if you're anyone juggling anything, and you are putting yourself last because you just don't have the time and the energy, and it's way easier to put everything else first. Work comes first, this comes first, this comes first. I'm not going to tell you have to change your whole life. I'm just going to put some things in perspective from my experience and from our experience working with all these beautiful clients here. So if you have any stress, please tune in Wednesday the 28th of September at 8 p.m. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Love you guys, love seeing your comments on there, and we'll see you on the 28th.